They ditched me on purpose and thought I'd never find out. Until a wrong video exposed them. So I canceled the $29,800 villa they booked on my card and took back what they forgot I had. Hey everyone. Before we kick off today's video, I've got a favor to ask. We've noticed our channel isn't getting as much love lately, and subscribing is one of the easiest ways you can help us out. It's quick, free, and it means we can keep bringing you awesome content. Your support really means a lot, so let's work together to keep this channel growing. Thanks a bunch. Now, let's dive into the video. My brother hit me with "you overslept." That was all he said when I called him back, still half asleep and dazed with sunlight sneaking in through the blinds. "We called you like crazy," he grumbled. "Maybe if you didn't sleep like the dead, you'd be here." I checked my phone, no missed calls, no texts, nada. Just a heavy silence. Feeling a bit betrayed, I opened WhatsApp to check our family group chat, Family Forever. It was muted, not because I didn't care, but because most of it was inside jokes I wasn't in on. That's when I saw a video from my cousin Ava, probably meant for her private story. Apparently, she forgot I was still in the chat. Everyone was there, my brother, my sister, my cousins, mom, dad in the back with a drink in hand, looking like he tried to seem happy about it. They were toasting champagne flutes in some fancy beachfront villa, white walls, turquoise waters. It looked like a dream. The caption? "We finally ditched him. #FemOlive #freedom. I just stared at it and watched it again. Laughter echoed in the background. Someone said, "Can't believe we pulled it off," and another replied, "He'll be fine. He always bounces back." I left a comment, "Thanks for the confirmation." Then I put my phone down and smiled. It wasn't a sad smile, just an "I'm done" kind of smile. They thought they'd outsmarted me, that I'd missed the flight, and they could leave me out without facing me. They probably assumed I'd just shrug it off and eventually throw money their way like always. But here's the kicker, the villa they were partying in was booked under my name, with my card. It cost $29,800 for 10 days, including a private chef, butler, infinity pool, the works. And it was non-refundable unless cancelled 24 hours before. So, guess what I did? I cancelled it at 11:42 p.m., right when they were raising another toast. I watched as the lights in their paradise started to flicker out. 2 days later, I got a voicemail from my sister, her voice shaking. "Dad, I don't know what to do. Please call me." But I didn't answer. I was already on my way, and I wasn't coming alone. I was bringing something they forgot, me, when I stopped playing nice. It all began small. It always does. I'd been in the family chat since 2017. Then one morning, Fam First was just gone from my phone like it vanished into thin air. I thought maybe it was a mistake, so I texted my brother, "Hey, what happened to the group?" He replied with one word, "Oh, new thread." I asked to be added, silence. 2 days later, my sister posted a story with their new group name in the background, the Core Spyro Shell Airplane. Everyone seemed to be in it, except me. I asked her if they were planning something, and she replied a day later, "Just a small thing. Didn't think you'd want to come. You're always busy anyway." That line, "You're always busy anyway," echoed in my head. I hadn't missed a birthday in years. I was the one who set up the last reunion, paid for half of it, booked their flights. But none of that mattered now. I began seeing the pattern. I wasn't just being excluded, I was being erased. Like the post from my mom's birthday dinner, where my brother wrote, "So grateful for how Dad took care of everything this year. What a rock." I stared at it, knowing it was me who paid for Mom's surgery last spring, me who arranged the home nurse. Or my sister's graduation post with the caption, "Couldn't have done it without Mom and Dad's support." Funny, since I quietly covered her tuition. Then there was the Sunday when I called Dad after sending him $4,500 for dental work. He answered, annoyed, "You always call at the worst time." I asked if he got the transfer, and he grumbled, "You know I'm not a charity case. I could handle it myself." Why ask then? He hung up before I even replied. After that, I stopped calling. The real straw that broke the camel's back happened 2 weeks before their trip. I asked my boss for some days off, and he looked at me weirdly, saying, "Didn't you just say you couldn't take vacation? Your sister emailed last week, saying you were covering a critical deployment." I blinked. My sister emailed? He turned his screen towards me, showing her message, from her personal Gmail, signed with my full name. It said I'd volunteered to stay back and support from the back end, that I was happy to let the others go without me. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was calculative. She didn't just lie, she preemptively made it seem like my idea. That's when it clicked. Every time I asked if something was up, she'd say, "Oh, You said you were busy. So, they just assumed. They didn't just assume I'd always be there. Nope, they had it all covered. The final blow came from Ava, my cousin, who was supposed to send something important to the family core group but accidentally sent it to me instead. It was a screenshot of their private messenger chat. There they were, all smiles in a group photo at the airport with matching luggage. My mom was holding up a boarding pass with my name scratched off. The caption read, "We finally ditched him." My brother had even chimed in with a comment that said, "He's dead. Wait. All he has is money. No fun. No vibe." And that was it. No, he's family. No, he's been through a lot, not even a let's be decent. Just a quick dismissal of me as a person. To them, I wasn't someone they cared about anymore. I was just an ATM, a backup plan, a walking calculator. As soon as I didn't answer fast enough, or send money, or book flights, they decided I was disposable. They could just cut me out and celebrate like I never mattered. But I was done with that pretend game. I showed up just before sunset at their fancy getaway spot. You couldn't miss it, a white stone villa nestled into a cliffside like a hidden gem by the sea. I strolled up the driveway, past the rented jeeps and scattered sandals, and let myself in. Didn't even bother knocking. The laughter hit me from the pool area, mingled with the sound of champagne bottles clinking and soft beach jazz from a Bluetooth speaker. They were too busy having a good time under the golden lights to notice me at first. Then my mom looked up, and her smile froze. "Oh," she said, putting her drink down. "You're here." My brother almost dropped his phone. My sister? My presence was like a ghost to them, haunting their little paradise. "Don't stop the party on my account," I said, all calm. I was packing a presentation. As I walked over to the poolside TV, I pulled out a flash drive and plugged it in. The screen lit up with the family group chat, "We finally ditched him #freedom, but this time my name wasn't blurred out." Slide 2 was an audio clip of my brother's lovely comment, "He's dead. Wait. All he has is money. No fun. No vibe." The room started to buzz, and one cousin gasped while another muttered, "What is this?" Then came slide 3, a blown-up version of my bank statement, $2,800 for catering, $1,000 deposit for a yacht, $6,200 for the villa deposit, all on my card after they accidentally left me out. I turned to face them. "You thought I wouldn't catch on? That I'd just sleepwalk through it while you drank champagne?" One of my cousins, Theo, always the quiet one, spoke up. "Wait, you paid for the villa?" I nodded. "And everything else," I replied. He looked around, shocked. "I didn't know it was on your card." "That's crazy." My mom tried to spin it. "Honey, this isn't how you handle things. If you were upset, you should have called. We were going to talk to you after I paid for your 10th cocktail?" I shot back. "After I bankrolled your fake family getaway?" My dad stayed silent, just staring. My sister, though, was furious. "You're ruining everything," she yelled. "You always make it about you. You couldn't let us have this one thing?" I laughed, but it was bitter. "You mean this vacation built on my credit and your lies?" Then I took the remote and paused the slideshow, letting the screen rest on those receipts, the truth. "I canceled the villa this morning," I said plainly. "The payment was reversed at 9:02 a.m. Your stay ends tonight." Gasps and shouts erupted. "What? You can't do that. They'll kick us out." I looked at each of them. "You wanted freedom from me?" I turned to leave. "Enjoy it tonight. Sleep on it." Then I walked out. No one followed. Behind me, their paradise started to crumble apart, one entitled shriek at a time. After I left, the silence wasn't quiet, it exploded. At 9:12 p.m., I got the confirmation email, "Your cancellation has been processed. All services are suspended." That meant no more chef, no more butler, no Wi-Fi, no airport transfers, not even power or water, all part of that luxury package they'd taken for granted. They were halfway through a midnight charcuterie board when the lights went out. Someone screamed. Then the AC died, the music stopped, and the champagne fridge went silent. Later, I heard my mom call the concierge, slurring her words. "There's been a mistake. We're supposed to be here. My son just had an episode, that's all." The concierge wasn't buying it. "Ma'am, the reservation was in his name. He canceled it." "You have 1 hour to vacate," she cried. Of course she did. So, my sister totally lost it at the staff, calling them thieves and all that. Meanwhile, my brother thought he could smooth things over by offering a deal if they let us crash until morning. One of our cousins even tried to slide some cash to a driver to help us out, but nobody cared. By 11:30 p.m., there we were, standing in the driveway, looking a hot mess, barefoot and defeated, dragging fancy luggage over the gravel. Oh, and Ava, the cousin who bragged online about ditching me, tweeted at 10:07 a.m. about the power going out and the villa kicking us out. She made it sound like karma was real, but she didn't tag me because she didn't need to. Fast forward 2 days, and they finally got back home, but talk about rough. Not first class or business, they were stuck close to the bathroom in economy. My sister lost her luggage in Paris, my mom got sick on the second flight, and my dad drowned his sorrows with duty-free vodka. Their credit cards kept getting declined because I had locked everything down, froze accounts, reversed payments, the whole 9 yards. When they got home, it was like a horror movie, no power, no gas, no nothing. The fridge was empty, and the Wi-Fi was practically dead. I left a sticky note on the door, not my problem. Not anymore. At first, they didn't reach out, but I knew they'd panic eventually, and they did. My mom made a Facebook post 2 days later, trying to frame everything as a mental health issue, saying they tried to help me. It had a stock photo of a crying guy and got 42 sympathy likes in a few hours. My sister went further, posting a tear-streaked selfie with sad music, saying, "Sometimes the strongest fall the hardest. We love him, but we're scared." My inbox blew up with messages from everyone, from old classmates to distant relatives, even my ex, all asking if I was okay and if I really canceled their trip. That's when I decided to set the record straight. I started writing everything down, and 3 days later, I shared the whole story everywhere: Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Reddit. The post was titled, "Here's How I Paid to Be Erased." I included all the receipts, screenshots of their ditching messages, a voice memo from my brother calling me just money with a name, bank details showing how they used my card for their yacht trip while I was sleeping. And the kicker? A photo of them partying while I was blurred in the background. My caption? "This was the last photo I took before I hit cancel." They never saw me then. They see me now. It blew up. Over 12,000 shares, 3.8 million views on TikTok. I had people reaching out from all over, sharing similar stories, offering support. Meanwhile, my family kept trying to contact me, 94 unread messages. Some were angry, others apologetic, and a few tried to guilt trip me, saying I was stressing Dad out. Funny how he didn't seem so stressed with that vodka. I blocked them all and decided to do something big with all this newfound attention. I started a podcast called Bank of Silence with the tagline, "When the money talks, and so do we." The first episode was about the cost of being the quiet one in the family. By week 2, I had 60,000 followers. By week 3, sponsors were lining up. By the second month, I got a book deal. People from all walks of life shared their stories: siblings, ex-children of narcissists, burnt-out breadwinners who were always told they were the strong ones until they couldn't take it anymore. I moved to a new city, got a new number, opened a new bank account, and built a new circle of friends. Life became simpler and so much better. Then one night, an email popped up from my sister with the subject line, "Please." It was a pretty desperate plea for any kind of response. Instead of replying, I sent her the first screenshot she ever shared, though we finally ditched in post. No words, just that. She'd given me the punchline, and now she had to live with it. Some mornings just feel different, you know? This one did. No buzzing phone, no overloaded calendar, no family group chat notifications that I didn't belong to. Just the sun, the smell of black coffee, and the peace of my own breathing. I stood in my new apartment, a place I bought outright, with clean white walls and no memories to haunt me. Out the window was a city skyline that didn't know my name, and for once, I liked that anonymity. I used to think I was holding everything together, but turns out, I was more like tape, useful but disposable. They never valued me, they used me because I was quietly efficient and convenient. Basically, I became a human version of a standing order that everyone took for granted. And the kicker? I let it happen. I nodded yes when I really wanted to shout no. I forked over money even when I was broke. I plastered on a smile while falling apart inside. And every single time, I stayed mute. I taught them exactly how to treat me, and that's on me. But not anymore. They've got no clue where I live now or how to contact me. If they try reaching out, they'll just hit a brick wall made of old invoices and silence. Just last week, a cousin I barely talked to hit me up with news. Aunt Linda took a tumble and wants to hear my voice. Funny, considering Aunt Linda once called me a selfish little calculator in a group chat when I couldn't go to some villa thing. So, I grabbed that nasty message, snapped a screenshot, printed it out, and added my own little note. "This is the voice she gave me." Sent it back to them with a tracking number. Oh, and I went through all our shared files, birthday pics, family reunion snapshots, you name it, deleted every single one. The Google Drive is empty, the iCloud is squeaky clean, and I didn't bother backing any of it up. If respect wasn't in the package, it got tossed out. Then, I hopped onto Facebook and updated my bio from loyal son, proud brother, family always to former donor, current human. Oh, and I mailed them something special, a care package in a white box. Inside, they'll find the villa cancellation receipt, my cut-up card, and a framed screenshot of their tweet saying, "We finally ditched him." Plus, a check for $52 made out to a trauma recovery foundation with a sticky note saying, "My last donation, finally where it's needed." Some folks want closure through a heart-to-heart chat, I got mine through cutting ties. No need for "I'm sorry, I'm good" with nothing more to say. Nowadays, I feel lighter. The guilt is gone, the anxiety's vanished, and the urge to fix messes that aren't mine is buried for good. Turns out, I never was the problem, I was just footing the bill for it. People say family is forever, but mine had an expiration date when love turned into transactions and I became the currency. This morning, I enjoyed my coffee and checked my podcast stats. Episode 10, The Price of Being Left Out, is blowing up with 1.3 million downloads. My inbox is stuffed with messages from strangers, fellow survivors, and quiet rebels like me. One wrote, "You didn't just share your story, you gave me the strength to change mine." That's all I need, no anger, no bitterness, just a quiet sense of healing at last. Before heading out today, I popped onto Instagram and posted a pic, an empty chair at a dinner table, captioned, "They finally ditched me, but I got the best seat, alone and at peace." Then I turned off my notifications and stepped out into my first day of being completely, beautifully unavailable.